My favorite driver this week was the Titleist 913 D2. It was a great looking driver. It's a typical Titleist where it's just got really beautiful lines. The pleasant thing with this is that it's by far the most forgiving Titleist driver I've ever tried. This model really has brought down the spin rate on the ball. It has reacted just great every time I've hit the ball. Much less unwanted side spin than I've ever gotten before on a Titleist driver.
I haven't really been a big fan of Titleist equipment in the past, but this week I had the most success with this particular model. In the categories of distance, it was the leader among all the drivers that I hit. It has a very firm feel, a firm club face that really holds up well to any mishits. There's no twisting or turning that accentuates any bad shots. I had very low spin numbers on the Titleist D2, which kind of keeps the ball in play for me all week.
It was a perfect blend for me of accuracy and distance. I've always felt Titleist drivers were very accurate, easy to find the fairway, but I didn't always get the distance I wanted from a Titleist driver. This year, I felt like this was better on the course for me and on the launch monitor. Unfortunately, this Titleist driver does not have that classic Titleist feel to me. It was a little more of the tinny, standard modern driver feel, but I think the performance kind of counteracted that. When you see the numbers and you see the performance and you're finding the fairway, you'll give up a little of that 905R feel that you typically get from a Titleist.
My favorite driver this week was a TaylorMade R1 that had the option of all the adjustability. So what we were able to do on the range before I went out on the golf course was we hit a few balls to find out where exactly I needed to make those little tweaks. The big thing I think with a driver for me is trust. You know, that's the club that you hit the longest and that can get you in the most trouble. So to have something in your hand that you can trust and know where it's going to go, and if you do miss, it's going to be a certain type of miss that's going to keep you in play most of the time.
It was just really, really explosive off the face when I hit that driver. It has a really nice look to it. Felt really comfortable with swinging that driver, and it had a really lower ball flight than my normal driver, so I was able to maximize a lot of distance with that driver. I used it on the course and hit a lot of fairways with that particular driver. I was able to move it both ways. I was able to hit quite a few fades on a lot of the holes that had a dog leg right, and I was able to really control that particular driver. So I like that when I'm hitting fairways and really hitting it a long way.
My favorite driver club test has been the Ping G25. It has a really very comfortable look at address. It's a very simple looking design, but has a nice lightweight feel. I also found the club had some forgiveness characteristics. With some of the other drivers, I had a sense that I had to work a little bit harder to get the desired results. But with this Ping, I just was able to put a good, nice smooth tempo on it, and yet I got the best results distance-wise of any of the drivers tested.
It gave me more rollout after the ball landed. It was easier for me to hit square up. I really enjoyed hitting it because it put me right in the position where I needed to be for my next shot.
My favorite driver this week was the Nike VRS Covert. Performance was really good. It was straight, it was medium high. I'm a low ball hitter, so I was hitting the ball a little bit higher than usual, and I found I was just hitting it wherever I wanted to with total confidence. So there was no thinking, just smack it out there. The Nike drivers that I've tried in the past typically have been these super hard face, really loud, really kind of energetic clubs that didn't really work for me. They tended to spin the club, the ball too much for me. Now this time, for the first time, it's like they've decided that we're going to go with a totally different feel. So the club actually has a sweet spot. When you hit it in the center, you can feel a little springy effect. It doesn't hurt your ears, it doesn't hurt your hands. There's even feedback when you have mishits. Performance was just really good.
My favorite driver this week was the Cobra Amp Cell. I hit it very, very long on the range and the monitors. The nice thing about it was when I took it onto the course with me, it hit every fairway. I was deadly accurate with it, had total confidence on the tee. The Cobra Amp Cell is actually a fairly unique looking club. It comes in a variety of colors, but after you hit it and feel the compression of the ball, the shaft itself is very lively, and it really whips through impact. The performance is what saves the day.
I can hit it with confidence. I know that I'm going to keep it in the fairway. I also increased my swing speed by a few miles per hour just because I was so confident with it.
with the fitting technology that was out there, just the right combination of the head and shaft was just fit my swing perfectly. It was the longest driver I hit, and it was the most consistent driver I hit.